Temerity sent word. Said you were good to go. But she didn't sound right, envoy.
To the water in the dark, to the roots, away into the nothing.
Things are still strange. I'd watch my step if I were you.
Watch your back out here, traveler.
While that parting is probably the closest Ludwig gets to friendly, I'm not looking forward to our paths crossing again.
Frankly, I'll take any opportunity we get to ruin Ludwig's day.
I'll say this much for the Inquisitor. She's stubborn, like a rat. And we gave her everything she wanted.
I'd say we shouldn't stay on her bad side, but I'm not sure she has any other sides.
You know her better than any of us. What's your read? My vote's on a pack of small, enthusiastic dogs. Wait, was that an if?
Well, the joke's on her in any case. Ludwig won't get very far without that map. She'll be scratching her skull.
Somehow, I don't think she'll let that stop her for long.
And Ludwig definitely strikes me as someone who doesn't leave food on her plate.
I believe it. And we'll cross that bridge with you when we get to it.
Ludwig and her steel garrote have the numbers and the power. But we have spunk and a map. And that might just be enough to find the garden before she does.
We're all competing for the same thing. A place we barely understand, with no guarantees of what we'll find there. Still, I am determined to reach the garden, above all else.
Ugh, that's just a pile of Sokka. Generally, debatable, but about the garden, definitely. You won't find a blessed a thing. This wild beetle chase of yours is a Padraku waste of time. To get to the garden, you have to go through Galawain's tusks. The land is made of lava and acid. It wants to eat you alive.
So it's tough odds. We've gotten this far together.
Tough odds is an extra Zarb jumping in at the last minute. This is a long trek, on foot, through a land that can barely support life. I don't have to be a Blessed Oracle to know this won't go how you think it will. I don't know, Nimdut. I do know whatever I come up with is better than do whatever the voice in my head tells me to do. I'm done here. Do whatever Blessed planning you want to do. You don't need me for that.
Let's just take a breath, Marius. You don't mean that.
Nope. I said what I said. Come get me when it's time to go.
Poor Marius. Something's really rattled him.
I've never seen Marius like this. Something's going on with him, but I don't know what.
Be gentle with him. Or if not gentle, understanding.
Well, hopefully Marius will be okay soon. We have to get going if we want to get to the garden before Ludwig.
We won't get far unless we look after each other. Now's your chance.
I know what you're gonna say. Marius, you need to slow down. Think about your feelings. Well, I don't want to think about my feelings. So just let me be alone for a bit. How should I know? I don't know what's going on in my head half the time. Just the thought of going back to Galawain's tusks makes my heart feel like it's going to explode. I sweat. My ears ring. I can't breathe. When it seems like we're really heading there, I feel like I'm dying. I guess a lot of things happened to me there. I grew up there in Solace. I left there on purpose. I understand not wanting to go back, but why can't I just thinking about it makes me feel ill. I need some time alone, Envoy. I need to get some rest. I'll be ready to go when the time comes.
Envoy, over here.
As I live and breathe, the faithless envoy. Ludwine finds your loyalty a touch diminished. If you're looking for the Inquisitor, she's hunting a lead to the garden through its twisted silver roots. The tower calls, and it turns, and it calls, but for the roots we go, if not for the roots. The roots say your name, Envoy. They say you told them to do it. I feel I can't think straight. Body's full of roots. Pulling me. You did this, didn't you? The roots try to choke the steel garrote, and we will strangle them in return. Cut them, bleed them.
Oh dear. Be careful. He might be too far gone.
No talk for traitors. Only fire for the roots. Burn them. Burn every one of them. Die as the roots die. Die, traitor! Lay yourself down.
Show me what you got!
Stop right there.
I'm with you! On your left here!
In the rear! Good fight.
liked that trick a lot better before it led to all those trials in Naku Kubel. That island with the glowing tree, that's gotta be the garden. I don't see an easy way to get there, though. Let's look around. Maybe there's something in here. You sure do know how to show us the sights, envoy.
Much as I want to get to the garden, I'm loath to swim through that. I don't think this broken bridge will help us. Didn't we read about another way into the garden, though? The other path is hidden well. I certainly don't see any way across the Acid Sea. Well, maybe the people in charge know what's going on. I doubt it, but it's worth a try.
Then let's head to Solace Keep. If we hurry, we can keep ahead of the Steel Garrote.
Yes, let's go already.
This would be a great spot, but there are so many of them.
My. It's rather dusty here, isn't it? How did the dwarves manage?
I'm starting to wonder if those gates are to keep strangers out or locals in.
Well, isn't this a homely little fortress? So warm, so welcoming.
Outsiders aren't permitted in Solace Keep. Turn your ass around and go back the way you came. Marius? As in Marius with the red beard and silly hat? Holds a little flute? Smells like jerky and onions? Beareth bells! We thought he was dead. Marius was a good friend of mine. We're not supposed to acknowledge those in exile, but if you bring him here, I will return the favor. Now go. I can't be caught speaking with you.
Schemes in the dark. The mountains shift in unknowable shapes. Feet blistered on the rock, the pursuit of rest. Your eyes see where we are blind. We have many questions still. Beast of treachery smells you. It stalks you across the land. A sword for a settlement, the scorpion promises to protect. Rose today, thorn tomorrow. Friend or foe, the branches shake. Betrayal seeps into the veins. A hidden strike, a bond bleeds in silence. Have your hands known this? Need the packmates to survive. Why? A deadly game. Innocence lost where it could not survive. A venom bloomed. We wonder, what good is a vow if it can break? Vigilance. We have learned much. Dream of dandelions with two heads.
Gods. Anyone else finding it hard to breathe?
Oh dear. Focus on something else, dear. Like how terrible the tusks smell.
You again? I told you the first time.
Ah, Fuitu Mayu. It's Cosmine. Just let me handle this.
What? Marius? No. You must be a ghost. A curse.
That would be news to me.
You are alive. You... Asshole! You show your face now? Now?
Several times, but I hit more than I missed.
We used to be friends. Or so I thought. But then this Jitule left. Unannounced. No note, no nothing. Didn't even say goodbye to Iancu. And now you cozy up here, after 3 years, with an Aedyr and godlike, no less? No offense. I can't allow that. You know the rules. Outsiders cannot enter without express permission of the Council.
Or with an honored warden.
Which you are not. I shouldn't even be talking to either of you. It's forbidden. The only promises I'm bound by are those to fellow wardens.
Do you think the Council will care about your promises when a Death Guard and her army turns Solace inside out?
Fuitu, Marius. You've grown an edge since you left. I'll let you in, but be warned. Solace is not as it was, Marius.
I doubt it. Nothing really changes in Solace.
You'll see for yourself. The Council isn't what it was. Keep a watchful eye. Lower it on down. Quickly now.
You think they'd let me get on and ride it to the top?
Just be aware, people of Solace are just as stubborn as its walls. God.
If it's the new recruit...
All right, all right.
You... Duty won't feed us, Mother. Duty won't keep us from dying. Is that Mud?
Welcome back to... Odikasne.
Sanctuary of Nandro. Hasn't changed a bit.
Well, that sounds like a perfect excuse to spruce things up.
Mikhala understands the importance of tradition.
The Count...
Ready yourselves. Council's just up this lift.
Of course they have an elevator. How elevated?
If they open the gates, we will talk about this later. Yes. What is the meaning of this? Who let them in here?
They're here because I vouched for them.
Marius, you're alive.
There were rumors you died, Marius. We mourned you. You shouldn't have returned.
I trust you came back to us for good reason. Our order has survived the threat of these lands for hundreds of years. Wardens patrol the region day and night. There's no danger in the tusks that can catch us unawares.
They destroyed a city full of animancers. If they come for solace, even these ancient walls won't save you. If that's all you'll do, you might as well not do anything.
You've already destroyed one historical edifice. We heard of what you did to the ruins in Shatterscarp. Give me a reason to tolerate you for even a second longer. Indeed. But you've brought us news. Now I'm curious. What do you expect us to do for you? It sounds like you have something in mind. There is no path.
Nor has there been for hundreds of years. There was a bridge once, but it fell in Nandru's time. How do you know of our garden, envoy? Oh, we might surprise. Though whether we would like to, that is another question entirely.
Nandru once wrote that the island spoke to him. Perhaps it has spoken to you too, envoy.
The envoy does bear a remarkable resemblance to our founder, does she not?
The markings on your face. I recognized them. But I didn't want to believe an Aedyran could have anything in common with Nandru. Enough. I know you outlanders to be audacious, but claiming you read the lost journal of our founder, there are no words. If Nandru ever wrote such a thing, do you think the Pargrunen would forget it? Would the living archives misplace such an artifact? We did not lie to you. The bridge has fallen. The path is long gone.
If there is another way, envoy, you will have to discover it yourself. That is what your supposed steel garrote must be in the tusks to find, isn't it? I fear you and they will be disappointed.
It has and always will be our duty to watch over the garden. Even if we knew of the potential of another path, we couldn't tell you. Your facial markings might be similar to Nandru's, but we will not change our ways for an accident of flesh and cartilage. You are an outsider and will remain one forever. The agent of an empire bent on destroying all that we have built. Envoy, you and those like you are why we are here. The Wardens exist to stand in your way.
I would expect nothing less from someone like yourself.
Goodbye, Envoy. Kostya, see the Envoy out of our halls. Enough time has been wasted on inconsequential matters.
With all due haste, Mihala.
And Marius? Don't stay gone so long next time.
If this is the kind of warm welcome I can expect, I can't wait to come back.
Follow me, envoy.
Right. I warned you they'd be useless. Or maybe I didn't, but I thought about it. You'd be better off tracking the Steel Garrote. At least they're not useless bureaucrats.
And I thought Vidara was infuriating.
Envoy, I just wanted a word before you went on your way. Knife you? God have mercy, no! I wanted to apologize for what happened in the council chamber. The situation here is desperate. We have more mouths than food. The old sicken, the young suffer. But Mihala, well, she's a devoted warden to her core. I think she'd rather we starve than ask for help. There are just not enough resources to go around, and it's causing people to fall ill. She won't let our people leave, or speak with outsiders, or trade for the resources we need. There is no reasoning with her. Anything that doesn't strictly serve our oath to Nandru is treason of the highest order. It's why I play my part where she can see. I don't want to risk her wrath. I'm very sorry, envoy. That was not the welcome to solace I would have liked you to receive. Mihala has firm principles, and I respect the strength of them. But it's all so pointless. If we stay in this keep, we will surely die. Neither our oaths nor this keep will prevent our people from starving. Change must happen. We need to leave the keep. Do you understand me? The keep decays, and we drown in a rot. The wardens defend a corpse against that which would revive it. We will not last here much longer. Not without food, building materials, medical supplies. I let an Aedyr trade caravan slip past our patrols, but that's hardly enough. We need so much more. All of which your ambassador in Paradis could provide. If I could only start the conversation. Information. You're looking for another path to the garden. I don't know if there is one, but I know who might. You were right, you know. The Steel Garrote are in the mines at Mount Forja, looking for the garden even as we speak. If they haven't found what you're looking for, they will soon. I hear their commander is a determined woman. Mihala would have had us rushing headlong to our deaths fighting the Steel Garrote. She does not care about how the situation could advantage us. The garden does not matter to me. Whether it's you or the Steel Garrote who find it, I don't care. My people. Every person who is alive now, and every generation to come. The Inquisitor is a questionable creature, but she might be all that stands between us and doom. She has the Ambassador's ear. With her support, he might agree to trade with us. It doesn't matter how reasonable he is if I don't have his ear. I am an aging dwarf, from a small, fanatical order on the ass end of a volcanic wasteland. Against Mihala's wishes, I have written to him many times. He refuses to lend his ear. But if a powerful ally were to speak on my behalf, there might be something I could offer him. Something like the keep.
You give them the keep? Have you lost your Usundan mind?
I understand ridding yourselves of the keep, but to help the Steel Garrote... disgusting.
The keep. Its inane traditions. None of that means anything to me. I want to offer up Solace Keep to Aedyr and the Steel Garrote in exchange for goods and gold. Its existence has cost us so much. The least it can do is buy a future for our people. She already knows what I intend. And she doesn't care. Because she doesn't believe your empire could see us as anything but rivals. After Fior, I suspect you Aedyrans think of the people of the Living Lands as little more than bugs to be crushed. If you think of us at all. An agreement may protect us from dying from deprivation, and perhaps also keep us safe from Aedyr's hunger. Yes, and that change would be an excellent one. We would be free of this keep, and able to explore, to breathe again. It might seem a foolish idea, but better to be a fool who tried than a coward who did not. I thought you'd empathize with this more. Your quest for the garden is also a fool's errand. You are not the first person to have said that. I want you to get what you want, envoy. My hope is that you don't kill the Inquisitor before I get what I want too. Of course. But need she be stopped by you? Now? In any case, the Steel Garrote are at the Mount Forja mines. To get there, head west across the primordial depths. Do as you will. I believe the Pargrunen and the Aedyrians can forge a mutually beneficial alliance. That will not happen if there is unnecessary bloodshed. Also, well, if you happen to head north, you might pass by the Living Archives, a monastery dedicated to preserving our history. The monastery hasn't been in touch in days, and I can't spare a warden to check on them. Oh, please, look in on them, if you can.
Right, I get it. He wants us to run his errands.
I do, Marius, because I trust you. And by extension, I trust the envoy. Is that so outrageous? You were missed here. Whatever the front I put forward may have led you to believe.
You have a funny way of showing it.
I wouldn't ask if it wasn't serious, envoy. The fear that you're right raises bile in my throat. Look in on him, please. It's all I ask. They are to the north of Solace Keep, along the main road. And beware, if my warden's reports are accurate, there are a considerable number of Zarips between here and there. Look for Elder Grigor at the Archives. He should be able to give you a full accounting. I pray nothing terrible has happened. Thank you for this, envoy. You are more than the villains your people are made out to be.
news, Andrada?
Sorry, Geoffrey. Captain. The council
But Kostya says that Solace Keep is nothing but a crypt. We'll die in here.
I'm so tired of listening to you. Kostya this, Kostya that. Solace Keep protects us all. I don't want to hear another word.
An outlander.
Don't mean to be disrespectful, but we'd prefer not to deal with your kind.
What's wrong with talking to the Outlander, We need outside opinions. We need medicine. You're sick, Mother.
Pargrunen affairs are Pargrunen affairs. We don't speak of them to outsiders.
Even if it costs you your life, Mother? You'd rather die than ask for help from an Outlander?
Kostya has a lot to answer for, poisoning our youth's minds with these ideas.
Once again, Outlander, we did not ask for your opinion. Leave us before we call for a warden's assistance.
Why won't you listen? If we don't change our ways, the Pargrunen are done for.
I don't want to hear another word of this.
What do you think it means?
Suppose that's edible.
What means?
Well, looking forward to it, though.
My gods, they're killing us!
Zaribs. Their tracks are everywhere. We've got company!
Time for a new weapon, time for new armor! Nice! That it?
Who are you, Spirit? The plague's corrupted the rest of us. But still grow. Our minds. Broken. I won't let it take me. I'll keep my sanity. You're... not real! You can't be. No! Go away, Spirit!
The trap cuts. The fox cries at the pain of the hare. The justice of the wild.
Go away! Oh, I know you're not real. I'll stop you if I must. My soul is mine. Mine! It will not be despoiled. What was that prayer Ludwig taught us to banish the visions? Fearsome Wudica, by your withering gaze, I bind this tricksome devil! Oh, God, it's still there! I see the canopy of a tree inside your soul. No! Stop looking at me! I don't want to see it!
Oh no, the poor dear. I don't think he can be helped. I just mean that we're running low on options.
The ruiner, the rival, the seed of the poisonous tree. She said, she commanded me, the closer she draws us to the wood, the worse the visions become. Leaves and chains, roots and rot. When I close my eyes and when I wake, they never go away. Make them go away. The Queen receives petitioners from atop her burning throne. The Queen and she...
Has Kostya already spoken with her?
They're grubs in the dirt. Wriggling things. Nothing to her but feed for the journey to the wood. None shall pass, she said. None but she and the Queen that was and always will be. Wodika, bind you, villain!
You asked for it!
Be ready. Lava can be really off-putting if you're not used to it.
After them! Aha!
Wardens. All dead. The steel garrote didn't even bother hiding the bodies.
Stop right.
Let's get them! We're under attack!
Look out!
Stay down! Never saw it coming.
Oh, big mistake! How fantastically inconvenient. A cave-in. Get off me!
The Steel Garrote left all this behind without packing up. He must have left in a hurry.
These are Pargronen books. Just beautiful. And wasted on the Steel Garrote.
They circled Solace Keep on the map. Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
That wouldn't explain their need for books about the garden. No, there must be another reason. I know research when I see it, and this looks like they're preparing to defend their dissertation. They're trying to find something. It's almost like they think the garden is in Solace Keep somewhere, which is insane, of course. You'd need powerful magic to hide something like that, and I don't think Solace has any spare archmages running around.
I suppose it's possible the path to the garden is under the keep. You have no idea.
Someone had to tell them.
Doesn't matter. The Steel Garrote getting to the garden cannot be a good thing.
Nothing will keep them safer than taking out the Steel Garrote.
Whether they realize it or not.
Trespasser, she defiles our ground. Murderer, she is near.
You will go no further. The garden is under our protection.
And who is going to stop me? The time has come to take the garden.
Wardens will never...
Yesterday, this island suffered in the grip of its own madness. Today, the living lands unites under one flag. One people. One law. One true God.
No! Never again!
Try growing up with that volcano on the horizon.
Fear in the eyes!
They're dream
Invaders
now.
in the garden!
Let's talk.
Nice work.
So here you are. Sapodal coaxed you toward the garden, a spider luring a fly to the safety of the web.
Who spins? Who rides? She weaves a trap of steel.
Look at my paladins, envoy. Look what your god has done to us. I should have realized it sooner. The Dream Scourge is Sapodal's weapon. a cudgel to drive us out of the living lands. And mortals have a right to secure their future. What a pair we make, envoy. Proxies in a war between gods. Your patron versus my faith. A war that ends here and now. The choice is ours. Do we trust our own judgment? Or do we gamble it all on the monster whispering in your ear? Keep your promise to the Emperor. Cut the Dream Scourge off at the root. Permanently.
No!
No matter where we turn, we find the consequences of Sapadal. Plague, blight, madness. The Living Lands hangs by a thread because mortals cannot live in the shadow of a god, much less one that's lost its mind.
We were fine living at the whim of a sleeping god until you came along and woke it up.
Well, this god was quite pleasant up until your steel garrote came in and started setting things on fire.
You and I alone can save the Living Lands by destroying the unending madness that is Sapadal.
You're asking me what to do about the god living in your head? I don't know, but killing a god sounds like a really bad idea.
I don't know your god all that well, but I know that Ludwig attacked Fjord without provocation. I'm in no hurry to trust her opinion.
Our time is short. Choose.
Break the bars!
Seems about right, I think.
Oh, that's a big decision. Can't we just talk to them first?
I knew it might come to this. Sapadal has a stronger claim on you than we ever did. Still, I had hoped your wisdom would prevail, if not your loyalty. What a shame to destroy so much potential. You are the key to Sapadal's prison. That isn't your fault. It merely is. And it has to end. Prepare yourself for the beyond.
More dream trolls are on the way!
Look to the left!
On the left!
Yo!
Still clear out these blessed dream throws. We did it! That steel-garrote Korba died just like anyone else. Right. I don't trust that woman to die like a normal person. The garden lit up and everyone changed. I hate to say it, but maybe Ludwig is right about Sapadal and the Dream Scourge.
All we can do now is focus on the garden. That's what's important.
Vipers in a knot. The venom drowns us. Save us, please. Touch the Aedyr. Feel our voice. Speak. We would speak to you. They stand outside our prison. We rattle the bars they do not hear. We scream. They do not answer. Truth. Truth. We are in agony. They come, a surging flood of parasites. They destroy us bite by bite. We do not wish this, not again. They eat us alive. Out, let us out, set us free. They eat through us. Carve us open, no difference. New steel treads upon the ashes of the old. The light stands in the midst, the old light. It blinds us. Send it away. We grow new life, better life. We fill them until they explode. No, no, we are the green. We are the roots and the leaves. This is the way. Death is decay. Decay is life. Growth is life. Growth is pain. It hurts. It has always hurt this way. And our pain spreads, and the rot spreads. The plague grows. Not lying, no. We did not remember. We feared your judgment. We did not want to remember. We were nothing once, and then we were. As we woke to the world, we reached out and we found them, the other gods. We thought they would love us, but they flinched from us like we were a flame. The charred queen called us an abomination. We tore chasms in the land and boiled its rivers to stop her magfolk, to save our people. How could we have known how fragile their bodies were? She hurt us, killed those who loved us. She wanted us gone, forgotten, destroyed utterly. She called us aberration. She named us monster before we even knew what we were. Yet she made it our sin. She who caged us. She who called us monster. We thrash and the affliction rises. We scream and the rot spreads. We did not intend to lie. You close your ears. We try to clear the mist. They hurt us. We hurt them back. We hurt them again, again, again. We dreamed of green shoots, roses without thorns to prick. The vines of the past strangle us, help us. We are alone. We cause it, but it is not our way. We will make this better. We promise. Help us. Release us. Then the rot ends. Bare the throat. This time will be different. We promise. Free us. All will be well. We give you another sliver of our power, a piece of us. Do you accept? The parasites who trapped us left a door in the garden's wall. Reach it, and you can set us free. Let us aid you once more. You will see. Go to the stronghold at the edge of the Acid Sea, the one that overlooks our prison. One of the builders knew the way. So be it. Continue without us. Find the wall of the valley across the Acid Sea. It cups our prison in its palm. It waits. We wait. Free us. End our suffering.
Swarm! Devour!
If you
Turn around. Trespassers! Who goes?
Fear in the eyes!
Watch your right! What an amusing day.
Babies in the garden.
Mountain.
The branch breaks.
We need to leave before all of the tusks is flooded with lava.
I don't like the way that lava is rising.
That's why
He's not the one
Watch
I'm worried
yourself out,
about.
Lander.
We'll get them next time, dear.
I knew it. You know it. The moment I saw that Aedyr and wherever we go next was a bad sign.
Everyone, please, do not panic. Simply exit.
Oh, Marius! Praise Abaddon! You are alive!
What's happening? Why is everyone running around like blessed fools?
The volcano erupted. Any minute now, we're going to be flooded. We're evacuating. Kostya's gone to open the lava sluice gates, but they've been disused for so long. When Forja erupted, I thought... Oh, my boy. I'm so glad you're alive.
Unless you have come back to help us, envoy, I don't have time for you. We're minutes away from being overrun by lava flows. I have to get my people out. You must leave now. We told you, we don't know, and this is hardly the time to be asking.
Tell that to the Steel Garrote. They found a way to the garden, and it's somewhere beneath the keep. They were about to storm your gates when the volcano erupted.
They're all dead, by the way. You're welcome.
The Steel Garrote were marching on the keep? How? Why would they think the garden was beneath Solace? Someone had given them reason to believe there was another path to the garden. But Kostya's scouts would have reported their presence, and I didn't hear... You weren't lying then. He was. Good God.
Could Kostya have told the Steel Garrote about another entrance to the garden?
No. If such a thing existed, I can't believe it. He wouldn't. We took an oath to Nandru. The garden was our sacred duty, and he betrayed us. I can't believe I didn't see this coming. I was a fool. I have failed my duties. Kostya. I knew he was making overtures, but I didn't think he'd go that far. The ambassador has not responded to Kostya's overtures, has he? I made sure of that when I threw the ambassador's replies in the forge fire. I understand how Kostya could be tempted by false notions of freedom and prosperity, but... But an oath cannot change. A duty should not change. I can't believe Kostya handed the Steel Garrote a secret we protected for hundreds of years. We took Mayu. Who knows what he'll do with the sluice gates? He cares so little for the keep that I worry he's going to have us drowning in lava. I will show you where Kostya has gone. If you find that he's doing anything other than opening the gates that would protect our home from the lava, I would ask that you stop him.
Mihala.
I do not wish to see him dead, but if he would risk the keep, then he risks our lives. I cannot suffer those who would harm us to live. Now I must return to the evacuation, and you must go on your way. Let's hope we don't need your wishes. If your arrival is indeed a message from Nandru, I hope he remembers his people well. I hope he is proud of us. And Marius, make it back to us in one piece.
I assume that's an order, Commandant?
Head through the door in the smithy. You'll find Kostya in the lava tubes beneath the keep. Go now. Go with the gods.
Do you think Abaddon and Magran have a key?
The outsiders. Well,
they went through...
few mycologists who could die happy here.
Let's not spend any more time down here than we have to. Kostya isn't going to wait around for us. Keep moving. Kostya left them behind to die. Blessed Korba.
Voices silenced.
We need to keep moving if we're gonna catch Kostya.
Big mistake! We're in a bit of a rush, envoy. Get off me!
Arms up!
Kostya is going to start without us if we don't get a move on, dear.
Kostya knew about this, he'd be selling tickets.
I'd come across references to this before, but nothing could have prepared me. Last one in's a rotten egg! Hurrah!
The spark. Daylight. Essence we have not felt in centuries.
My sister. Soul of my soul. How did you find me here? I have been here for so long. My memories are tattered. They fall apart when I look too long at them. There was a man called Nandru once, beloved of a terrible god. I remember it all. I feel Sabadar's mind beneath yours, swimming in the deep. You should run. A child keeps a beetle in a jar. He does not know the beetle requires air, sustenance, freedom. He does not understand that if it shakes the jar, pulls off a wing, the beetle will be hurt. The child only wants to keep the beetle. It feels good to have control. We are both souls in a jar. Yours is just bigger than mine, for now. That was the name my mother gave me. But that was never what they called me. To them, I was beloved. An endearment my God wielded against me like a cudgel. I would have killed them with it if I could. But they were beloved of me, too. No. Nor will they here, where we are blessedly invisible to them. I pray my soul disintegrates to dust, to tatters. I pray my soul is lost and never found again. True death will be a relief, if it at last allows me to know silence. That was the name they gave themselves, stolen from the ancient souls whose deaths gave rise to them, to us. We were little more than appendages to them. That is why I must ask you to destroy them. You have seen them, as I have. Memories of their ancient, chosen children. Rips in the fabric between the here and the beyond that allow the dreams of the dead to leak through. Memories of the Aedyr. People like you, or I, who loved Sabadal and were betrayed by them. This land was once a jungle, rich, alive. I saw it through their eyes. The people tried to look after themselves, to rely less on Sabadal. But to be relied upon was all their god desired. They felled a tree, and for that slight, Sabadal turned their world to ash, ignited the breath in their lungs, and made their people into dust. Sabadal burned their world, and the people who revered them suffered for it. So that I would be confronted every day with what our God had done. So that I would not grow weak and give in. So that I would not go to them and do what they have asked of you. So that I would never set them free. No, their final death came later. A gift to the Aedyr from the true gods, who wished to bring their children back to them. Back to her. The rightful queen, Aedyr. She is the center of everything. Anything that lives can be made dead. Even a soul comprised of 1,000,000 souls can be compelled to rot. The true gods have waited centuries to help us. You, my sister, who are more brave than I, go now to the garden and hang the gardener from their tree. Your mind cannot understand it, but your soul, when the opportunity is before you, it will know what to do. You need only walk a little more. You are nearly at the end. You know, I always meant to die down here, to siphon my soul into a lonely pillar, disconnected from the stone that makes our world, disconnected from them. I only hope that Sabadal releases you to the same long peace. It is only a door, carved and warded by my own rough hands. It knew me. It will know you, because the same thorn tears at us both. do not know my end. In that I find a peace beyond any even the true gods can dream of. Do not thank me. Only do as I asked. Destroy them, sister. And when you see Mordecai, tell her I said hello.
Envoy, you alright? We lost you there for a bit, but not like before.
Another day, another chat with Samadra. Though this one seemed different. So, do we have a plan for Kostya once we find him?
Kostya's already proven himself an enemy, so these gates are just ahead. Kostya's probably already there. Let's move. Lava's rising.
Good, you're here. Help me destroy this witch. We can't risk someone turning and opening the gates. If the keep falls so that we might live, so be it. I figured you might have. Bloodthirsty. You people just can't help yourselves. Me, specifically? No. I only provided them access to material from the living archives. The books and records that the novice brought to them were what revealed the secret. I assume you didn't let the Stilgarrote or the Inquisitor survive their search. I could have used them. I could have fixed everything. But you've done me a favor in a way. So long as the keep stands, my people are trapped here, doomed by an oath to a dead man. Our people were nomads for ages until we built the keep. When it falls, we'll be free to explore the world again. I will not watch my people rot here for the sake of a pointless oath. Then my conviction only grows stronger, Envoy. Nandru never wanted what was best for us. He built us a tomb and abandoned us to it. Do not speak his name to me as if it could mean anything to you.
Well, he has a point, but it's not worth letting Solace fall to prove it.
You, of all people, are speaking in favor of the suffocating grasp of tradition.
I'm talking about not destroying our ancestral home just because you don't like Nandru. You're just as blinded by those traditions as Mihala. Have the courage to leave if you want, but don't force everyone else to.
Ha! Finally! Proof she's got a spine. Well, Envoy, now's your chance. Are you going to be a good little minion and do as she asked? Or will you let me save my people from themselves?
A life for rubble, blood for the prison of old ways. We twine.
Stand down, Kostya. This just isn't your day.
Envoy, I understand that Kostya grates on the nerves, but perhaps we should...
So be it. And you are so close. The entrance to the garden is just beyond this door. I always knew it would come to this.
Someone's eager to meet us.
Not looking good. done. Solus is safe. Thank the gods.
Did the keep look as confining The keep is beautiful. Like a gilded cage.
Let's go.
Well, if you insist.
Cook is complaining about the lack of ingredients again.
I've never been happier to see the keep
I
standing
told
tall.
you. I knew that Aedyr was a blessing.
We're alive! We're alive! Yes, calm down.
Saved us? No.
Mihala
No,
is to
that
blame.
can't be
We
right.
need to open our gates to the world.
What happened, Aedyr? Is everyone all right? Thank you. I cannot explain how afraid I was for my people and our home. Perhaps so. Either way, I understand now the nature of my errors. It will not happen again. Here. I once was this artifact's custodian, but I failed in protecting the keep. This belongs to one who has proven capable of guarding my people. I wish so much that things had gone differently. Marius, could I speak to you?
Right, did she just ask that? Or am I having another nightmare? Good. Let's save the hugs and tears for another time. Okay, let's hear it.
I'm so glad you're safe and that you're surrounded by good people.
All right. Waiting for the but?
There's no but waiting. That's all I wanted to say. Truly. I am genuinely happy you found friendship, Marius. You always deserved more than the world gave you. That's all I wanted to say.
Well, you've always given me more than I deserved.
It was a true thing.
Closer. We have waited so long.
I feel crazy saying this, but Kostya was right. We should have let Solus Keep fall.
Crazy is one word for it. You really think you can just burn down someone's ancestral home?
Dearie, the keep isn't a home. It's a prison. And now the Pargrunen will never escape.
Solus is my home. I still don't get why any of you feel like you have a say in this.
But you left.
Because I chose to. Kostya doesn't get to make that decision for everybody.
If Kostya doesn't, Mihala will.
Civilization, as we know it, hasn't existed in the Living Lands for very long. We need to preserve what history we have.
Darling, you know I hate to think of losing all of that history more than anyone. But think of what they could have gained. Maxim left the Republics, and it allowed Animancers in Fjord to thrive.
Destroying our home is not starting something new.
You really think everyone in Solace is there willingly? If anything, I imagine Mihala and her traditionalists will only make it harder to leave now. You know your own mind. There's something to be said for that.
True. And you've a date with the gods soon. We can only hope that you'll make better decisions.
And that's not all. Not to spoil the moment with good news, but I doubt the rest of the island has been quiet while we've been looking for the garden. Things have only gotten more tense since Fjord, and the Steel Garrote probably hasn't been doing us any favors on that front.
Especially when they're led by a woman who doesn't seem interested in staying dead. Not to mention, after we take care of the Envoy's little god problem, we'll still have an empire bearing down on us.
And what? Lie low? I hate to break it to you, but you don't have a face for blending in.
Can't say I'm too excited about just walking into the garden. I grew up learning I needed to protect that place, but it never felt like more than a children's tale to me.
I hear you. This island is weird enough when all we have to worry about are vengeful plans and soul-altering corruption.
Am I the only one who's looking forward to the garden? We're pioneers, stepping into the great unknown, a land of mystery.
We have to remember to love them in spite of their lack of proper enthusiasm, dearie.
Can you imagine? An untouched spiritual wilderness just waiting for us. I have a theory about the garden, or a warning, depending on how you want to look at it. Sapadal has been imprisoned a long time. The garden will be a reflection of their dreams, their nightmares, their madness.
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw visions or hallucinations, and not even the fun kind.
Sanity won't get us through the garden. Madness opens the mind to discovery, so madness is what we need right now. Before we go any further, I have to ask you something. You told the Inquisitor that you intend to free Sapadal, set them loose upon the world. Is that still the plan? You're not the only one. Sapadal is responsible for the spiritual health of the Living Lands, and the island has suffered for it. No matter what the Inquisitor said, I don't believe there's a right or wrong choice to make here. Just the one you believe in. Just one. Remember, we're stepping into a realm that is both physical and spiritual in nature. If you can call it nature. There's no telling how long we'll be gone. For all we know, time could run backwards in the garden.
Not a chance. We're a crew now, so you're stuck with me until the end. Marius?
I told you I'd be with you till the end. I don't go back on my promises. What about you, Giada?
You're not going into the garden without me. I have to see this with my own eyes. Yatsli, if you feel like running back to Quilici, now would be the time. No one would think less of you.
And tell Quilici that I missed out on the most exciting part.
And you don't have to. We pull together, and that's plenty.
I plan on wandering the garden whether I'm traveling with you or not. I have to find out what the big deal is.
Agreed. I'm not waiting in camp while the rest of you have all the fun. Hope to see you out there, Marius.
Well, let's go then. We can't keep your god waiting.